stealing. Pretty mama, don't you tell on me, 'cause I'm stealing back to my same old used to be.
Thank you very much.
Do the mile on up and
Oh, we're going to. Yeah. Hold on.
The good one?
oh yeah.
This next one's called Footprints on the Floor.
Apparently we're live now, so we have to introduce
Oh.
ourselves.
We're live here in Baker
I'm
City.
alive.
I'm alive. We're all alive. Hello, world. How do you do?
But actually, that is something to celebrate.
It is.
Thank you for being here. Travis wrote this song. I thought, oh, he wrote me this song. I love this song. I know just what it's about. He wrote it for me. We played it for about a year and a half before I realized I had it all wrong. But anyway, thanks, dear.
Thanks.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Since we're in this tuning, we're gonna play an oldie, an old fiddle song, but we're not gonna play it like a fiddle song. It's a love song about chickens.
Or chicken song about love.
It's called Cluck All Hand.
Walls and a cooking and a pan
Thank you. Folk singer.
Thank you very much. They're having a small huddle. It's kind of like a cuddle, just slightly more public.
What happened?
Sean and I just made a deal.
Tell me about it later.
Well, you're probably wondering, boy, what's it like to be those guys? All the glamour, and glitz, the fancy clothes, the cool guitars, the sweet old van. Well, we're going to tell you what it's like to be us with this next song. It's called Folk Singer.
So you think that's okay?
I think it's okay. I don't care what you think.
I was a singer, goddamn the best. Looking like a punk, living in a van. That's a folk singer in a rock and roll band. I'm a folk singer in a rock and roll band. I'm a folk singer in a rock and roll band. Looking kinda homeless up on the stage. Well, that's a folk singer in a rock and roll band. Like a cowboy out on the range. I look like an old dog covered in mange. Folk singers laugh, folk singers cry. Folk singers live and then folk singers die. I'm a folk singer in a rock and roll band. I'm a folk singer in a rock and roll band. Looking kinda homeless up on stage. Well, that's a folk singer in a rock and roll band. We'll do the B songs. Okay. And then lay down the whole guitar. Yeah, stay hydrated, Mike. Good idea. I still have a lot of my beer left.
Dang, how'd you do that?
I don't know. I'm playing guitar the whole time, I guess. Yeah.
He does. Yeah.
That's what we do. This one's called the Run Round Reel. We got a couple more tunes for you. We do have all of our merchandise over here. You guys are welcome to check it out. We got t-shirts and CDs and records and all the normal things. And a couple of abnormal things as well.
Almost there. I'm so close.
Tune up, pull pants up, do all those things. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Seems like with all these extra pounds I gained, my pants wouldn't be falling down still, but
You look fantastic.
thanks, Allie. So Run Round Reel, it goes a little bit like this. Texas getting myself a gun. I got myself in trouble and man, I had to run. Run, run, ran and ran, run, ran and ran. Run, run, ran and ran, man, I get running now. Found myself in New Orleans, met myself a gal. And I mean, Sarah ran around, man, I had to run. Run, run, ran and ran, run around and round. Run, run, ran and ran, man, I ran again, I climbed up the mountaintop with my knife and gun. Met two old boys with a jug, man, I had to run. Run, run from the boys with the gallon jug. Run, run, ran and ran, man, I ran around. Run, run, ran and ran, run, ran and ran. Run, run, ran and ran, see Miss Betty Brown. Your Bigfoot jar to ground. Meet your partner, pat her on the head. She don't like whiskey, give her cornbread. Bigfoot up, Bigfoot down. Let your Bigfoot jar to ground. Take your bags, sit 'em on the wall, swing your new gal across the hall. I'll swing your gal, you'll swing mine. We'll go promenade all the time. Swerve late now, get straight. Join hands, Indian style, out of your party, go home. Home wild. Join hands now, 2 round 2 2. Go hand 2, go through. Do-si-do, do-si-do. Turn her loose, let her go. Join hands now, foreigner and me. Your partner, shake that thing. Bigfoot up, Bigfoot down. Let your Bigfoot jaw on the ground. Run, Molly, run. Run, Molly, run. Run, Molly, run. Yeah, now let's have some fun. Miss Liza was a gambler, learned me how to steal. Taught me how to deal them cards, old blackjack in a wheel. Now it's a run, Molly, run. Run, Molly, run. Run, Molly, run. Yeah, now let's have some fun. Poor Liza, poor girl, poor Liza Jane. Poor Liza, poor girl, man, she died on that train. And it's a run, Molly, run. Run, Molly, run. Run, Molly, run. Yeah, now let's have some fun. But there's music in the kitchen and there's music in the hall. If you can't come Saturday night, no need to come at all. Now it's run, Molly, run. Run, Molly, run. Run, Molly, run. Yeah, now let's have some fun. Sherry, oh Sherry, Sherry like a rose. How I love that pretty little gal, God Almighty knows. Now it's a run, Molly, run. Run, Molly, run. Run, Molly, run. Yeah, now let's have some fun. Well, I went down to Huntsville, I ain't been there before. Got myself in trouble, had to wear a rolling ball. Now it's a run, Molly, run. Run, Molly, run. Run, Molly, run. Yeah, now let's have some fun. I mean it, let's have some fun.
Thank you, thank you.
Banjo's high.
Uh-oh.
What
That's why I laid this all guitar down. Can you kick it out?
I feel like I kind of done that to you before.
Not on purpose.
By accident.
exactly out of my reach.
This is a brand new one. This is called Lay Down My Old Guitar. We are called Hillfolk Noir. So happy to be here tonight to play for you guys.
Thank you for being
Hope you enjoy this song. Gonna lay down my old guitar. Lay down my old guitar. Gonna lay down my old guitar and rest 'cause I can't make a living this way. Gonna catch a train and go north. Catch a plane and fly further still. Gonna catch a plane and a train and go north 'cause I can't make a living this way. When I get to the promised land, when I get to the promised land, when I get there, I'm gonna sing my last song 'cause I can't make a living this way. When I get to the promised land, when I get to the promised land, when I get there, I'm gonna sing my last song 'cause I can't make a living this way. So I lay down my old guitar, lay down my old guitar, lay down my old guitar and rest 'cause I can't make a living this way. So I lay down my old guitar, lay down my old guitar, lay down my old guitar and rest 'cause I can't make a living this way. Because I can't make a living this way. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody, for being here. Don't worry, they're coming back out. And in the in-between, we'll get to learn more about them, which is the fun thing about these things. I'm sitting on the smaller chair because I'm lesser than.
I get the tall chair.
Yes. Why, thank you.
I was born in a small town.
It's true.
I'm really glad that you didn't put that old guitar down. But let's talk about how you make a living in the music world today, because it's different than it would have been 16 years ago.
Well, yes and no.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you put the work in, I guess, and you can scrape by, and it has been challenging the last couple of years for sure.
Sure.
Just, I mean, aside from just the industry being challenged, just as people, it's been challenging to try to. Well, my friend Christian, he's a writer, and he puts it this way. He says that during the last 2 years of troubled times, people either run from their art or they run to it. And we ran to it. We just hunkered down. We made lots of songs and recordings, and it was hard. And like what we played the other night with a guy. He's a great musician, a great songwriter. His name is Palmer T. He plays in a group called the Lowest Pair. And I was like, well, how have you been? And he's like, I don't even identify as a musician anymore. You know, but he's an amazing musician. He's been touring forever, and but it's just your perspective of it really has changed a little bit. Even though we play the same music, you know, we've added new songs and stuff. But like the core of it is the heartbeat of it is the same. But like our heartbeat is maybe a little different. You know, that the music is more important, and why we're doing it is more important than it ever was before.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. And so Travis and Allison, thanks so much for being here. Of course. It actually took a couple of years, thanks to the pandemic, to get you out here, which is so weird. I mean, I think, eventually I'm not going to have that as the story as to like how we have someone here, but it has been, and it's so nice to be able to share, you know, your music with an actual audience in person again, and it was a special night. So I'm really glad that we were able to do this.
Yeah, thank you.
For sure.
Thanks for having us.
And so one of the things that I'm curious about, as far as like how you're doing and with the new music that you've written, there's a lot of platforms that you can make it available to people, and which was different than it was 16 years ago. And like, how do you guys navigate like where you put it out to your audiences?
Well, we've always been a live band. Like that's where we've made our biggest impact. You can come out, Sean. Don't be shy.
Yeah, come on, Sean.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's all good.
You could take the big chair if you want.
Take the high chair.
Yeah.
But we've Mike and I mean, and Allie, and Sean too. But we've driven across the country so many times and up and down and played in every kind of different situation you could be in as a band, and just always said that we were in the trenches the whole time, you know, like working, fighting so hard to be heard, and trying not to let our egos overshadow just the ability to play music and have fun doing it. And so the new platforms aren't easy for us to navigate.
Sure.
Like we just like to play for people, and one of the most important things is to, like when you guys were dancing, you know, it's like that makes us play better because we're connecting with you, and then we feel that connection, and then we play better, and we're happier, and then we play better, so you hear it, and then you're happier, and like that's the best medium for our music, and we love holing up and making recordings as well. But like the new platforms are something we're trying to, I don't know, kind of figure out a little bit, but I would just as soon play for a live audience as much as I can.
And with the songwriting that you did, like the one thing that I'm impressed by and impacted by is that your storytelling, and while there's this vintage quality to the music, like there's a very modern story in it. And so how did you approach the new music that you wrote over the last 2 years?
The songs just, they just kind of come. It's John Hanson, who's a folk singer in Boise, and he's maybe 10 or 15 or 20 years older than me. But he was, I don't know who he quoted, if it was Bob Dylan or Woody Guthrie or who, but he was saying that like songwriting it's like fishing. You throw it out, and some days you just catch a bunch of them, and you don't know exactly what you're going to catch, but you have to let yourself be on the river fishing. And it's kind of like that. And there was no rhyme or reason as to the songs I was writing for the last couple of years. Like this last song we played, Lay Down My Old Guitar, just popped out one day, sitting on the patio, playing music. But a lot of the songs also I wrote are, they're recordings, really, as much as they are as like a song. They're just built to be made that way. They're not like something to be replicated. They're just recordings of and it's a different way of writing, but I did a lot of that over the pandemic, and as well as practicing and becoming a better musician. Like I feel over the last 2 years I've become a better singer, I've become a better guitar player, and my skills at communicating have gone down a little bit, and I still talk a lot though. I have the loudest microphone, but that's like, these guys they're the heartbeat of it, and I write a lot of songs, and I have a heartbeat that makes the songs come to life. So I'm just thankful for that. I'm thankful that people will play music with me.
One of the things that we shared, like leading up to the show, was Billy Got Popped, and it's a super powerful video that you guys created. Like, can you? The
guy Christian, who I said you either ran from your art or ran to it, he's the person who put that video together. He's a writer, a filmmaker. He lives in Boise. But I'm sorry, I just had to put that out there.
No. So I'm just curious, like your approach to that song in particular. It was interesting when Allie was saying that, for a year and a half she thought the song was something, and then, later discovered it was something else. And I mean, I hate to be the type of interviewer that's like, tell the audience exactly what they should feel about this song, but it's a very powerful song. And so, like, tell us about how you came to write that one.
Oh, man. That one got written pretty quickly and on the fly right before we recorded it, actually. And we... I don't know if it was clear what it was about, but there was a lot of strange news, and just the whole idea that this kind of, the man is trying to shut us down kind of feeling is sort of what we latched onto as a protest song. And there's been a lot to get loud about over the last couple of years.
That song kind of has a bit of a funny story. Like, it got dropped on me like a bomb. Like, if you see the video and you listen to I don't think is it on one of our records?
It is. It's on Pop Songs for Elk. We had a session in
I'm pretty sure I don't play bass on that song. Like, I play the sheriff in the video, but like it got dropped on me. Like, we went to Portland to record that album, and those guys had gotten there before me, and they set up in the studio, and they just like ran through that song, and it was just so killer, and we decided to keep it, and I had to kind of come up with the bass line on the fly. Like, in our first couple of gigs when we started playing that song, I was playing like a rolling, but he's like, and then they're like, no, you should just play bass on the song. For God's sakes, just do it. So I had to write a bass line, like, just at a live performance, like, oh, okay, like, I'll do that.
It wasn't a song that we thought people would like latch onto or anything. It was really just like, for the recording session, we did it in Portland with Mike Kirkendall, who's a killer producer. He has this old house and lots of vintage equipment, and he's just a really easy guy to be around. So we just showed up with a notebook. And it's like, okay, this is what we're gonna make the record with, is just the songs in this notebook. And it was just a song that, sitting on the couch or at the table and just kind of squirted it out and then moved on, and didn't really think twice about it. And we're like, well, let's play a few songs since we've got like some time in the studio. We can get our guitar sounds and correct. And we started jamming on it, and it just turned out kind of cool. It had a mood, and being able to just let things exist for what they are instead of trying to force the album or the songs on the album to be a certain thing, like, oh boy, we got to make a bluegrass song, or we have to make a blues song. They're whatever they are. And then that one, it just kind of existed. And as we were listening back to the session, there's like 20 or 30 songs, or more, I don't know how many we recorded, but a lot of them. And it just kind of jumped out, and we always say, well, let's try to pick the songs that jump off the tape or out of the speakers, and we'll keep those. And then, Christian, will you make a video for one of the songs for us? We know we got to get into this world of videos, right? So he's like, I really like that song, Billy Got Popped. And then, I don't know, I didn't really even think about what it was about or that it was a protest song, but that was more how other people interpreted the song. And then it became a song that people hollered out at gigs and stuff, and like, oh, they really liked it. So we're like, oh shit, we got to learn how to play it again. And I meant shoot. I mean, that's what I said was shoot. I said, shoot. Oh, shoot. I just censored myself. I just called myself out.
Well, before I let you go, please tell us about the coining of the term Junkerdash.
Well, yeah, Travis, that's all you.
Got this one.
Oh, I do not have this one. Nope.
Well, these guys will tell you the same thing, but we exist in this world in music we don't really fit anywhere.
Sure.
We always stick out.
Yeah, we did the old time crowd. They kind of accept us, but not quite. We're not quite old timey. The bluegrass crowd, they kind of accept us, but not quite. We're not really bluegrassy, not quite rock and roll, but like our heart is kind of in the rock and roll spirit. And so people would ask us, like, what kind of music do you play? And we thought, well, we'll just make up our own word for it. We'll call it Junkerdash. And, oh, we play Junkerdash. And be like, oh, Junkerdash, yeah, I love Junkerdash. And then it just stuck, and we kind of kept pushing it on people, and that became how we described our sound.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's a wonderful sound, and we're so glad that you all shared it with us tonight. And
Yeah, thank you for having
please, everybody, buy all the merch that they have. Winter is coming. There is a winter cap. You should get that.
Yeah, we have one.
Unfortunately, the tiny decorative washboard is not for sale,
Oh,
but it is so cute and beautiful.
Unless
For the
it's
right
the right
price.
price.
I'm really excited about it.
So, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Nice.
I talked a lot.